Our group is DHA, Double Hitters Anonymous.
I mean, volleyball is definitely the point that brings people together. I think it was the starting point. I mean, obviously it started with a group of friends that all lived in the same dorm, right? But I think we grew closer through volleyball, and it got to the point where we could be silly together. We invented games on the sand courts, and we'd even meet in the summer, during the summer, like out by the suburbs. We'd have play down in Champaign and play up nearby where we lived at home. And so we could continue playing even when we weren't at school, which was pretty cool.
I would say our group is actually pretty unique in the fact that we're pretty eclectic when it comes to like personalities, but all in skill-wise, I think we fall into an area that's not very common to find. Either you have like the rec sports, who people obviously haven't played volleyball in years, or you have the really competitive like club groups, and our group falls in between those, and it's rare to find, you know, a lot of kids who want to play that know how to play, but aren't so good that it's not fun anymore.
It's a bunch of people who like volleyball, obviously, but mostly people who have played in high school and want to continue, and who just want to play for fun and not necessarily on like club teams or really competitive type volleyball.
The group started my sophomore year. It actually just started as myself and some friends, and we got together and we played occasionally. And then it got so big that we couldn't manage it if I wasn't there and people didn't know me. There were too many disparate groups. So we eventually formed it into an actual club or an attachment to the hall council by my junior year. And that we met regularly. We had like signs up. It became more of an official thing. And a bunch of people kind of came together that didn't know each other and formed the club. By the time my senior year rolled around, my friend Clarissa, I met over the summer, she actually took over.
I met the first person who started it, Jeff Ginger, over the summer, and I wanted to play volleyball, so I started showing up. I took over, I think, the spring semester when I was a freshman, because the guy who was running it was really super busy and was always complaining about it, so I said, I don't do anything else, so I might as well take over if it helps you out. So that's how I got involved in running the whole thing, is to help out someone else.
MP closing caused us to become an RSO indirectly. We had trouble reserving space, and so I figured if we could become an RSO, we might be able to actually make formalized space requests, and we were, but we were turned down. In any event, it gave the group a nice level of sustainability. We became an RSO because we couldn't get court space, is that there was really only one court, Cersei.
One court for an entire campus playing volleyball is not enough.
So we became an RSO to try to reserve courts and kind of keep things together.
So we ended up having to get people to go when Cersei opened right at 6:30 in the morning, and nobody wants to wake up at 6:15, 6:20, however long it takes them to get up and walk there.
And I think that's the one downfall to our group, is that we don't just have a set court. We actually have to go and walk in the cold, rain, snow to get a court. So only the most determined people will actually do that.
So we once had a branch. So MP closed down in the middle of our group, but before that happened, we used to play volleyball.
Volleyball is volleyball in a racquetball court.
And that was actually a lot more casual. We had a totally different group of people that would come to that because it was less competitive. So it was a lot of fun. And then that eventually had to be closed down, but we brought it back this year, and I've been really happy about that because they finally finished ARC, and we can go back and play volleyball.
Since we see each other 2 times a week, we've actually become really good friends. So we do things outside volleyball, like game night, and we go to volleyball games together, the Illini volleyball games. And we also went to the Chanute Air Force Base as call it a road trip of sorts, as a volleyball group.
It's been really nice for me. I've been able to stay with it for a long time. It's one of the clubs I've been through a lot of different organizations, and I've been around the university for a while now. And this is one of the ones that stuck around. And it's been really nice in that it doesn't take a lot of preparation. It doesn't take it's okay if you miss it every once in a while, and you can still come back and everybody knows you, and it's still fun to play. And it's really easy to welcome new people in, too, is that because it's volleyball, it's sort of just a sport to center around, it makes for a very low barriers to entry.